being an authentic and a good person in your friendship. And they say that business life, or people who are ambitious and want to achieve something, their journey is lonely, and is so true. But then you need the few quality relationships that will nourish you and keep you going. And when it comes to the life of an entrepreneur, it's the same. It's the same as just having very few quality people that you have been able to have and build a relationship with over time. Is nourishing. It's nourishing, it's refreshing, especially when you are in your bad moments, when you are in your difficult moments. And that's why you will see the benefit of being able, or having been able to build a good relationship over time. So my name is Kwabena. I'm talking about being able to be a good, being able to have a good relationship, great relationship, friendship, and I am of the opinion that life is at its best when you have friends, quality friends, people that have you at heart. It could be one, it could be two, it could be three. But if you have just one person who is that good and who you can trust and who can trust you and have a quality relationship with, it will help you in your journey to realize your dreams in life. That person that you can share something with. And I am talking as a man. I can't talk as a woman, but at least from a man's point of view, good relationships are of much importance, especially with respect to those of us who are trying to build businesses, because not many people will be able to endure your lifestyle. So having very good relationship with few people, one or two people or three, is of utmost importance to you. So great friendships are not perfect. You will maybe you had childhood friend, somebody from primary school, secondary school, university, even through your professional lives. All these friendships may not be that perfect because you yourself are not perfect. But then you learn the importance of having another person beyond just your partner or your wife. Somebody you call a brother who may not be a bloodline, somebody you call a friend who could defend you at any moment. They are beneficial looking at where you want to go as a business person. And for you to be a great person, or for you to have great relationship, you must also be a great person, and you must have that genuine heart to love people. People who are not authentic along the line don't really care about relationship. You see that relationships or friendship, quality friendships, mean a lot to people who have genuine heart, who are quality. Fake people, so to say, people who have not known themselves, who have not established themselves, who are people who live the facade life, don't really care about relationship that much. They get to form relationship based on only what they will get. And so the moment they get what they wanted, they trash you and go to the next person. There are people like that, and there are many. The reason they do that, I think, is because they have not understood themselves. They are in doubt of themselves. Their confidence is not that much, and they are selfish. And so they think that anything that they have to live on, or anything that they have to spend any time on or resources on, are things that should only benefit them and benefit them alone. But if the genuineness of peace, genuineness of heart, fulfillment of life is not from that position. It's from you having a genuine heart, genuine interest in the well-being of people, genuine interest in friendship, genuine interest in people that you share your life with. Because if you don't have that, then you see that you live limping, you live in a secret. You have a front that you put up. People see you, they think that you're a great person, but when they come close, they see that they cannot really enjoy you. Why? Because you have not taken your time to develop that heart to love people and be interested in people and be interested in what happens to people. Your friends don't have to be exactly like you. I mean, and if you're old enough, you know it, that your friends will have their own opinions, they will have their own understanding, they will have their own interests in life. But when it comes to you and them, you see that they have that heart for you. They have that good heart to protect you. They have that good heart to get the best for you. You know, and when I was growing up, particularly in secondary school and primary school, I had friends, you know, and a lot of them were, you know, nice, good friends. You know, we didn't really look for criteria. We just boys playing around, and if they like you, they like you. If they don't like you, and I remember one particular instance where we were writing an exam, and I was that good in class. So I mean, I didn't have that. I didn't know that some of my friends were not that happy that I was always the first in class. So there was this time in junior high where somebody was beating me. It was left to just one paper for that person to beat me because we were calculating our results. And I saw that all my friends had gang up to the other one who was trying to beat me. And that taught me a lesson that, you know, sometimes people just laugh with you, but when it has to do with you being ahead of them, they don't like it that much. And I think it is like that because when people have not discovered themselves, then they think that they are in competition with another person. And at that level, we didn't know ourselves, you know. And in secondary school, I saw the same kind of attitude where people were competitive. And so you had very few people who would be so much genuinely interested in you, whether you are the first or the last in the class, you know. So friends may be different from you. They may have their own opinion. And quality people are people who can form quality relationship and authentic friendship. If they are not quality, not in terms of weakness, but in terms of the ability to just love you the way you are, not lie about you, go behind you to slash you and admire your influence. Not that kind of. Somebody could be just somebody who may have even woman problem or may have some kind of weakness that he's trying to solve, but you can see that this is an authentic person because he has good heart. He's not the one trying to cheat you and lie to you and paint a face for you because of what he will get. Those are the kind of people that I say that are quality people. They have your best interest at heart, and I think that is how you form friendship, especially if that kind of friendship is at the same age level, you know. And I have a great friend my friend is Dr. Gatune. He's from Kenya. He's a good man. You know, we may not even share the same profession, but you see that he's a genuine man. When you are with him, you can talk about almost everything, and he loves people from his level, and he can tell you what he thinks. You know, you can see that he's genuine. He's not a facade, and very few people have that kind of exposure, that kind of understanding of friendship. You know, so your friends don't really worry about your achievement, no, and they are not trying to put you down. Your friends are open to you and clean. You know, they are very respectful and kind, and one of the things that you will look for in a friend that you call friend is that person brags about you. And when they meet anybody there and they think that person will be of importance to you, they brag about you and they want to link up. They want you to link up to that person, and they go the extra mile to put in some effort to help you achieve your goals. You know, people like that are very few. And so if you have one or two or three people who behave like that in your life, that is a very good thing. And when it comes to entrepreneurship, it's the same. Because the downtimes are many, because the problems are many, you will need people who are also doing something like that. Because when at a point where you want to give up, at a point where you want to stop, those are the people that you can talk to, and you see that they change the way you are looking at something that you have put in so much time, and at a point it's so tough that you want to quit. And they will say one or two words to you, and you see that it changes everything about you. And these are people who may have been with you through the journey. They also maybe doing their own business, and you see that because you've been talking over time, when it gets to a point where things are that tough, things are that difficult, and you get to hang out for some meeting, you see that they are able to talk to you. Why? Because you have formed that kind of relationship with. They know you, and they are not in competition with you. They love you the way you are, and they are able to do anything for you. They want you to be happy. Those are people we call friends. I'm not talking of friends who you just hang up with to go and drink and chase girls and watch games and that's it. But you take your goals out of that. No, I'm talking of friends who are so to say partner in a way in you achieving your goals, and they are more interested in you becoming better every now and then. They are not competitive, and they don't slash you in your absence. They are not the people who when people meet and they are talking about your achievement and how great you are, then they just dilute the person's perspective or the person's elevation of you, because that friend is a friend. He's really happy. He's really into you, and such people are not easily come by. And such people have really taken time to develop themselves as well. They have taken time to know themselves. They have taken time to know what they contribute to this life. They have taken time to know who they are. They have taken time to know their profession. And so when you are doing something, they don't think that they are in competition, and that the fact that you are succeeding in something would mean that they are failing. Such people are the people that you call friends, and those are the people I call friends, and they are not in the many. So if you get a few of them, keep them. They're very few. They share their wisdom with you. They share their heart with you. They sometimes share their troubles with you, and when you are in trouble and you call them, they show up in a minute, no matter what it is. And when they also have problem, you show up, and that's how friendships are built. You also show up, do what you have to do to help them. And this attitude, this part of your life is as important as you building your goals. Is as important as building your goals, because your goals are going to take a lot of strength from you. They take a lot of energy from you, and one of the ways that you can replenish that energy is through quality friendship. Quality friendship, friends that can, sometimes the month or the week can be so tough, but you meet that friend and you talk and you go back and you see that you are refreshed. You are energized. You have different understanding now. And so those are the people we call friends. I'm not talking of the ones that you are drinking with. That is another form. But I'm talking of friends who are of importance. Friends who are in association with you in you achieving your goals. Friends who will cover you in every debt, in every trouble. Friends who will be able to confront you and tell you that which they think will put you into trouble. People like that, quality people, good people. You take time to form this kind of relationships. They are not the people who are trying to just use you because of what they will get. They abuse you because of what they will get. They are only calling you because they are in trouble. No, those are not the kind of friends I'm talking of. I'm talking of friends who will call you because they just want to talk to you and see how you're doing. So that those are the people that I'm talking of. And these friends they don't use your mistakes against you. They don't use your mistakes against you. They may know some things about you, but they will never use it for their benefit. And just as I said, in tough times, that's why you know the quality of a friendship. In tough times, your friend is not feeling well, is sick, and he calls you, and you can stop. No matter how busy you are, you can stop and drive by and go and be with your friend. That is what. It's not because you don't have time, but because it means a lot to you. People like that, you get to know their family, you get to know their children. If they are not married, you are not using that against them. Those are the things. It's a friend, and the friendship is on the fact that this person is valuable to you. And you see that when you have an authentic friend, a good friend, in their presence, you don't fake it. You're comfortable to be who you are in their presence. in their presence. And these friends learn from you. They pick your brains from what you are doing, and you pick their brains from what they are also doing. And when you meet, you can see that you can talk for so long, you can discuss a lot of topics, and you go back and you see that you have changed your mind. And they are inspired. They are inspired by the fact that you are becoming better every day. You are becoming better every day, and they are becoming better every day. And you would want to know what is happening in their life every day, every time. Every now and then you check on them. You are interested in their health. You are interested in their finances. You are interested in their career, their goals. Those are not the friends who are doing something and they hide it from you. No, I mean, my friend is maybe doing some major project in the family. Maybe they are building a house or buying something or buying a business, and they do it and then they tell you. That's not a friend. That's not a friend. A friend is the one who is not afraid to tell you his dealings, even if they don't work. They are okay with it. Why? Because you're a friend. Because you're a friend. And so you are looking for people like that, quality people, authentic people. Not fake people. You cannot form relationship with fake people. And that's why if I withdraw from anybody, it's not because they were weak. No. I withdraw from people who I see as fake, as dishonest, as people who are just putting up a stage. Those are the kind of people that I withdraw from. Because when I'm your friend or you are my friend, I can put up with all the weakness or the negatives, just as you put up with mine, But when I see that you are just playing a game, then I don't put you. I don't come close. You can still be my friend, but I really don't come close. I will not count you as the first 3 or 4 of a friend. Because when I'm in a friend, the quality of our discussion, the quality of our communication is based on our honesty in our friendship. So if my friend is hedging his conversation, then I don't know him, and I don't want to waste my time working with a friend that I don't know. So you can be an acquaintance, you can be a long-term friend from afar, if you're not authentic. And so my name is Kwabena. I'm talking about being authentic, having good and authentic friendship. And you need that in this life. You need that in this life. And all great business people, they have that. And when you have a good friend, you see that friend is not in competition with you. That's the first thing you will know. And that friend is always inspired by you. They are always interested in what you are doing. And they are trying to encourage you to go the next level. And they may not necessarily even be a Christian. Sometimes they may be another faith. But if you're a business person, you're going to meet some of these guys, but they're authentic, they're genuine. They know the principles of life, and sometimes those of us who are Christians will just want to say, oh my God. But that Christian friend may be that limited in thinking, they may be that competitive. They are not genuine. They are doing something and they are hiding it from you. I would want to prefer to have a friend who is that open-minded, authentic, very interested in what I'm becoming in this life, just as I am very much interested in what he's becoming in this life, than just to have a friend who tags himself as a Christian, but who is very limited and jealous and competitive and not happy with your progress. I will not waste my time on that. I want to have a friend who is that open-minded, who knows a lot that I can learn from, just as that friend would also want to learn from me. So my thoughts on you having a friend as you endeavor, as you embark on your journey to as an entrepreneur, as an achiever, as somebody who wants to do something with his life. Don't play it down. Don't say that I go alone. I don't have any friend. I don't buy those things. If you say you don't have friends or you don't have authentic friends, I think it's not good. You should have a friend. You should have a friend, a good one. Even if it's 1 or 2, is good. Have a friend who can cover you in every trouble, who will be there with you, who will be open up with you. It's a proof of maturity, actually, to have a friend who is authentic, who is mature, who is not in competition with you, who is not trying to malign you and take from you, not wanting to trick you or use you or lie you or cheat you, And I think that to build a good friendship, you need some positivity. You need positive mind. You need believe in people. You have to love people. You have to have that heart to love people, and those are the qualities that you need to become a very good friend yourself. So form a good friendship. Go form a good friendship, and once you form good friendship, you see that your life becomes better. You don't become secretive, and so sometimes, like I thought I had some friends, then I saw that when they got some so-called opportunities and some power and some privileges, you went there and they were treating you like you are not in their class. And that was a weak friend. It was a friend who became known just because he had access to some things. It's a friend who became known because he had some kind of privilege, and therefore he thought that you didn't deserve him. Some of the friends may be people that you even came in to help. You help, and now they think that they are better than you, and therefore you don't deserve their presence. Those are not the people I'm talking of. I'm talking of the people who always be grateful for this friendship, grateful for this achievement, grateful for your life, grateful for the things that you have done. Grateful for that. And so those are the people that you look for. And they are people who have taken their time to improve their skill of relationship, the importance of having people who have also grown themselves. So you don't just get authentic or good friendship by chance. It's nurtured, it's built, it's developed. And you need those. And entrepreneurs need those as well. You want to have a good friend who is also in building business, who is authentic, who's able to acknowledge where you help them, and who is able to acknowledge where you are of much importance to them, and you are able to also acknowledge their gift, their ingenuity, what they are good at. So the journey is lonely. As an entrepreneur, the journey is very lonely, and so if you want to, I had to do something. So the entrepreneurship, the journey is tough. So if you are going to go this long haul, you will need good people to be your friends. And some of them could be older, some of them could be younger, but you see that the principles that they stand for are beneficial. And this does not just apply to entrepreneurship, it also applies to anybody who is trying to achieve anything. You need one or two good people that you can always talk to. And I eschew fakeness. People who are fake. So I don't think you should spend your life doubting this friend and he's always coming close and you're sharing things. He could still be a friend, acquaintance, but those that you really are sharing a lot of deep things with should be people that you're very much comfortable, and you know that they are authentic and they have found themselves. They know what their life is about. They have principles that they stand by. Those are the people that you build long-term relationship with, and they nourish all the time. So in tough moments, you will see the value of a good friend. You see the value of a good friend. They will do everything. They will go to every length to be part of your solution, to be part of the future that you are creating. They are not the people who give up on you just because you made a mistake or a blunder. They are the people who will just step in, particularly when they know that you need their help. So those are the people that you spend your life trying to develop good relationship with. It's so key, because you can't take all the load of your life. So great friends are not perfect, but they're genuine, they're authentic. They're not perfect, but they're genuine, they're authentic. And never believe that you can do everything all by yourself and alone. It's not true. And for you to be a great person or a great friend, you have to be a great person, and you have to have the heart to love people and be authentic and be genuine and be interested in the welfare of your friend. In the progress of your friend. Be interested in his family, in his children, and you surprise them once in a while with something, not just with your time and your expertise. Sometimes you just help them with something, and your friend does not have to be you. They don't have to think like you. They don't have to see the world like the way you see the world. But, there are things that you can agree on. And they have their views, you have your views, but you can still. And your friend should be a man or a woman of courage to confront you when they know that you are missing it. They will not sing the hallelujah to you, knowing very well that you are missing it. But Fake friends will not say anything, even if you are missing it and on their path to death. Why? Because they are enjoying your ignorance. They are enjoying the fact that you are helping them, and so they think that if they confront you, you will stop it. That is not a friend. That is not a friend. That is a fake friend. You need somebody who believes that his life is worth something, and is achieving something by himself. And once he's doing that, then he doesn't care what you will say. He'll be able to tell you what he thinks you're doing wrong and what he thinks you're doing right. And those are the people that you really need in your inner circle. It's a good thing to have people who are very authentic, very authentic, very authentic. And they are not the ones who are trying to judge you all the time. Good friends, great friends are not depending on that. They rather use the positive to grow you. Yes, they talk about the negative to prevent you from falling, but they think that before you will grow and go to the next step, they know that they can use the strength that you have to lift you to the next stage than trying to enlarge and lift your negative side. They don't worry so much about the things that you're achieving. They don't worry because they know the path that they have taken and they are achieving something. And they are respectful and kind to your achievement. They are very respectful and they're very kind to the things that you are achieving as an individual, and you are also showing the same kind of interest to them, and you follow what their life is about. So build a great friendship with somebody. Build that, whether that person is a long primary friend that you have developed all this while, or that person is just somebody that you just met that you think that has those qualities. Good friendship is good. It's like medicine to you. They nourish you, so, and those friends are very happy for you. They are not competitive. They don't kill you in your absence. They actually make you big when you are not there. So when they meet people, they are always talking good about this great friend that they have. Those are the signs that you look for. They are not the ones who are doing something and they are hiding it. They are doing something and they are hiding it from you. They are doing something and they're hiding it from you. That is not a friend. You don't call somebody like that friend. You call somebody not a great friend, not an authentic friend. You will not want to call that person an authentic friend. You want somebody who is just genuine and kind and fantastic with you, and they're very open with you, and they're very comfortable with you and in your word, And in tough times, you see the proof of that. Having used your life or having spent your life to build that kind of thing, of friendship, you see that in difficult moments, these people will be there for you. And one of the things that you get to know is that you love talking with them. You are at peace with them, and your friendship continues to grow from one stage to the other. And this kind of friendship are also interested in your goals, in your finances, in your well-being, in your health. It's not just about game and drinking and chasing women kind of friends. No, they are people who add value to you, and those are the things that you look for. And this kind of friendship, do you see that there's honesty, there's love, they stay with you in tough moments, as I said, and you are enabled when you are around them. You are enabled. You feel like you're strong, and they don't just give up on you because you made one mistake. They have some kind of forgiveness for you, and they have hope in you, and they have confidence in you, and they are inspired by you, and you are also inspired by them. So people have not had time to build great friendship because they have not had time to build themselves. So the more you build yourself, the more you will identify quality people and hang up with. The more you build yourself, the more you're able to identify quality people and you hang up with. So you cannot go for quality friendship when you don't have quality personality. And you cannot form quality friendship with somebody who does not have quality personality themselves, who has not also developed that quality in themselves. And these are the things that you look for all the time. Quality friendship. And if you form that, it will help you to become a better person, a better leader, a better business person. You become very bold and relaxed, because it is refreshing to know that somebody loves you purely, genuinely, and they are not trying to use you. They are not trying to cheat you. They have your best at heart. And so that is what I have. Take time to build quality friendship. Quality. Don't just say that you are alone and you do your things alone just because somebody you thought was a friend wasted your life, lied to you, cheated you, and screwed and gang up with the enemy to kill you. No, there are things that you did not look out for. That's why you thought that that person was a great friend. But there are qualities. There are qualities that you have to have a good friend, or to build good friendship. And those, if you don't know, then you will just call anything, anybody as a great friend and a quality friend, and it may not be so. So you look for somebody who is relaxing himself, who's found himself and what is about. You look for somebody who is authentic, who is honest. You're not looking for a perfect person, but you're looking for somebody with open-mindedness, somebody who has genuine heart to love people. Somebody who is courageous enough to confront you if where you are wrong, and is also humble enough for you to confront them when they are wrong, and the friendship becomes great. And you are also looking for somebody who you are happy with anytime you meet. You're not going to get a lot of friends as you grow. So you might as well build quality one with people. And they may not come from your village. Sometimes they may not come from your tribe. Sometimes they may not come from even your country, or they may not even look like you. Sometimes they may be different race. But you see that they stand for some things that you also stand for. And those are the people that you build quality relationship with. And when you meet them, don't just let them go. Because it takes a lifetime to have good quality friend. People who are genuine. People who are serious in doing something to make a mark. It doesn't come easily. And I think that people are funny. People are doing all kind of things because they have not taken time to develop themselves and develop friendship. So sometimes people in critical positions may even mess around because they did not have somebody close to them who was authentic, who was so much interested in them to tell them that, listen, what you're doing is wrong. Somebody who was bold enough and who knew that person enough to tell you that, listen, even though you have this kind of power and this kind of position, you're missing it this time around. And they'll be able to talk to that person. And kings and great people mess up on that. And if you're going to build business, you will need such people as well. Not just your wife or your husband. Somebody you call a friend. Somebody you call a friend that you have developed this thing with. And sometimes they could be more than one, could be more than two, could be more than something, but that you need this kind of, or this part of life, which is a good man, a good woman, open-hearted, interested in you. They see your value, they see your intelligence, they see what you have achieved with your life, or they see what you are trying to achieve with your life, and you are open to such people, and you are not afraid to tell them what you're doing, even if you would fail, And so great friendship help people to succeed well. So look for those, and they reduce a lot of stress and a lot of things that you doubt yourself. So be interested in what happens in your friend's life, in what happens in the family, and you just have to be you, and that's friends. They will push you. I'm not talking of those kind of things that you hear as friends. This is my pa, and they are lying to themselves. Even if they get salary increase, they don't even tell their friends, because they are not sure what their friend will say. That is not a friend. A genuine friend is the one that you hear the good news, is the first one that you want to call on the phone to say that, listen, I had this great project, and they are very happy for you. And they are not thinking at that moment. They are not thinking of why me, why I didn't get. I'm not the one who had it, or I was not the one who had it, but he had it. No, it's a friend who, when you get great things, is as happy as you. Those are the people that you look for to form good relationship with. All the others can be second grade, but quality people are people that will form authentic, quality relationship with. And you have to have that heart yourself to love people, be interested in people's achievement, be interested in the challenges that your friend goes through, and be interested in helping your friend to also become a great person. These are the things that you look for. And if you cannot develop those things, if you are not authentic yourself, if you're not authentic yourself, you cannot build that kind of relationship. So it's a good thing. You're not going to go far if you don't develop this kind of character. Look for any great person, look for any business person who has done anything. You will see that they have that kind of friend. They have that. Not just those who have achieved something, they have that kind of friend that they can call friend. Look for presidents who are doing something genuinely. They have that kind of friend who is as authentic as they are, you know. And so, sorry, and you cannot really achieve a lot in life if you will not have at least one person who knows you that well and who can talk to you, you know. And I'm not talking of mentors. I'm not talking of somebody you look up to. I'm talking of a friend. Mentors are of different category. I'm talking of a friend who you enjoy. So thank you very much for watching today. I tried to talk about friendship and why there's the need for you to have a friend, somebody quality one, somebody that you take time to develop that relationship with. Just as you're focusing on just as you're focusing on your business, on your dreams, you take time to also develop another relationship with another person beyond just your marriage or your intimate relationship, you know. It is a great privilege to have some